Hello everyone, I'm Day Weather Meteorologist on Day with your Public Lands Council weekly weather update for this July 23rd, 2022. It's being brought to you by WSR Insurance Services Incorporated and Ag Risk Advisors. Well, we have some different things to talk about with this weekly update. Been kind of in a rut here over the last several weeks as the pattern just hasn't changed very much, but we are going to get some heat relief for parts of the central and northern high plains, parts of the Rockies, and the central U.S. Not going to be nearly as hot over the next 7 to 10 days. However, that heat's going to go somewhere, and some of that heat is going to go west. Parts of central and northern California and the Pacific Northwest, you got some heat coming. Washington, Oregon, central and northern California in particular, the northwest half of the Great Basin, gonna get a little hot as some of the heat will drift westward into those areas, some of your hottest temperatures of the season. But what that will do is open the door to some cooler Canadian air to move into the central plains and parts of the northern Rockies and central Rockies, bringing relief to those areas. We'll continue to have monsoon rains. Those states listed right there have got the best chances. Now, monsoon rains don't get everybody. There's winners, there's losers in these types of patterns, but we do see some help coming. Number one, with some cooler temperatures for some of you and also some better rain chances. The latest drought monitor continues to show some expansion of this dryness right here from southeastern Wyoming through northeastern Colorado into western Kansas, and also extending and covering more of Nebraska now. I've got some good news, and we'll show you the maps here in a minute. I do think there's going to be an arc of precipitation like this and into here, and back into here, that is going to be developing over the next week or two. That's going to help out those areas. In the last week, we've seen an expansion of dryness in these yellow areas here, and really not a lot of green. A little bit of help here in Montana, but more often than not, it's not been a very wet last week or so. Yes, we've seen these showers and thunderstorms, especially in Colorado, back into the Great Basin areas right here. But you can see lighter rains have fallen elsewhere and even into parts of the Corn Belt. You know, there's been some rain, but only in the eastern areas, and hopefully there's more coming. And you can see where the precipitation anomaly in the last 7 days has been. Lots of brown there, not a lot of green. Now, as we look ahead, this is what's going to be developing for the making of this video for this weekend, this Saturday the 23rd. High pressure is going to migrate temporarily here into the central part of the U.S. This is going to open the door to the monsoonal moisture flow again, so we will see more monsoon moisture this weekend get further north into the southwestern United States and Rockies. This little frontal system up here, this little low, is going to straddle the U.S.-Canadian border. That's going to bring the northern plains some thunderstorm activity this weekend. Some of it is going to be severe, while we'll continue to be really hot and muggy into this area of the United States as well. Thunderstorms along the Gulf Coast. There's going to be a little bit of a respite from the warm temperatures here in the Pacific Northwest with this front. But notice this high pressure ridge here, and notice that in the next graphic I'm going to show you, there's going to be some readjustment of things. The high in the central plains will head to the southeastern United States, while the high pressure off the coast of British Columbia is going to grow and expand. And here it is. What will happen is by next weekend, high pressure gets a little bit stronger up here, so this is going to allow the jet stream to take a little bit of a dip like this. And what this will do is allow cooler air to come into the central plains. Now, it's relative. It's not a really big drop in temperature, but the change in air mass will be enough to bring relief from the really hot conditions to this part of the country right here. This area right here is going to see some cooler temperatures next week. Cooler, not cold, but cooler. But with the high pressure expanding here, this is going to make it really hot. This week, and into the start of next weekend, those areas I mentioned earlier, northern, central California, the Pacific Northwest, be ready for some really hot weather, relief in the middle part of the nation, and at times subtropical moisture leading to afternoon and evening thunderstorms. And this is what the next week looks like. That arch that we've been showing you all summer continues to move in the ring of fire. It's going to pick up steam a little bit, and I think there will be more rain in this area than maybe the computer modeling is showing. But you can see back here, there's just really not a lot of precipitation over the next 7 days to work with. And you can see the change in the weather. The heat here that's building in the northwestern United States, but see all the blue right here? We are going to see relief, especially in this area right here. Even though Oklahoma, Kansas, and Texas are still showing a lot of heat here, it's not going to be as oppressively hot as what we've seen lately. And there's probably also going to be a little bit of shower and thunderstorm activity. You can see it right here. It may be more than what the model is showing. So there's some good news for some of you, bad news for others. Our next update will be the 30th. Have a great week ahead.